When I was asked to think about the purpose of education in week 1, my thoughts went to the Alice Springs Education Declaration. It states that the goals for education is to promote excellence and equity in the education system, and that all students become confident, creative individuals that are always learning and are active, committed citizens to their community. This is true. We want all Australians to meet those goals. However, that is not the true purpose of education. After many class discussions and analysing literature, I have come to realise the purpose of education is to provide opportunities for children to understand and learn who they are, and also provides them with the pathways and choices. Education is providing everyone with the opportunity to choose and learn the necessary skills to live within society. Education allows the students to learn something. They learn it for a reason, and they learn it from a person. According to BISTA, there are 3 domains of education. Qualification is to provide the learners with the necessary knowledge, skills, and disposition and judgment to prepare them in life. Socialization in education allows the learners to insert themselves in existing social and cultural and political groups, practices, and traditions. And lastly, certification refers to the learners becoming more independent. These 3 domains distinguish the purpose of education as they are connected and express the importance of measuring what we value in learners' achievements. The role of the teacher is an essential key in education, as high-quality teachers can provide students with learning experience to nurture their personal and academic development. However, how can they do this with diverse students? When a student steps into a classroom, all students are diverse in many ways, like having impairments, disability or learning difficulties, gifted, Indigenous or English as their second language. And teachers must give them the same opportunity to have them to meet their goals. And so we must understand the difference between equality and equity. Take this picture, for example. Equality is giving students the same resources and pedagogy, but some students need a bit more support to achieve their learning needs. And this is defined as equity and inclusion, providing diverse students with resources and learning experiences that are adjusted by the teacher to meet their individual needs to succeed in education. To promote equity and equality in the classroom, the teacher should implement critical pedagogy and social justice in their teaching. Critical pedagogy encourages students to question the existence of inequalities in families, schools, and society. And when students and teachers acknowledge the inequalities that exist in society, they can begin to implement strategies and prevent those inequalities. For example, with Indigenous students, we as teachers must acknowledge the inequalities that they have faced or witnessed and implement inclusive practices and content to close the gap and provide them with opportunities to succeed in life and support their learning development. Let's look at schools in a global context. Schools in Japan is quite similar to Australian schooling, as they have adopted an inclusive education. They have included education/enrollment counselling, reasonable accommodations, and personalised guidance to meet those individual needs, and support for educators to give everyone an opportunity. Then we look at education in West and Central Africa, where child marriage for girls in this developing country is profoundly evident. Only a few girls in these countries complete their secondary education, while others usually drop out, and this may be because of lack of inclusiveness or just resources. They get married at a young age as they did not complete their secondary education, which limits their ability to gain a career or a job. Mailer and Wondon suggest that having these girls stay in school and complete their secondary education will reduce child marriages in Africa, as education provides students with the ability to choose their future and gives them multiple pathways other than just child marriage. In conclusion, the purpose of education is to provide learners with opportunities to choose who they are and their pathways in their future life, as not having a high quality education will likely result in child marriages, inability to have a choice, and continue the disadvantaged cycle, and we do not wish upon that on anyone. Everyone should have access to good education that involves the 3 domains of education and encompasses equality, equity, and inclusion to provide all students with the best opportunity to succeed in their learning, development, and life.